Well, my early educational experiences were interesting and varied. I wasn't a particularly diligent child at school. It wasn't because I didn't enjoy going to school. I liked it. I liked the social side of school, but I didn't particularly like doing the academic work. Well, I left school at I was just 16 with a handful of CSEs, mostly low-level scores, and went into work in a local factory. And I never had any kind of careers advice at school about going to university. It was expected that sort of people from my kind of background would go and get a job, earn some money and bring it into the family. That's what my parents knew, that's what my friends were all doing. What got me into higher education was this access course, and it's because I'd been made redundant and I was signing on, and there was just a sign on the wall. So do a degree with no qualifications. I thought that sounds interesting. And so I went along to the college that was sponsoring that was Southwark College, took a test, got onto the course, and that was it, I was away. But this access course totally changed my life. Up until then I was kind of coasting, doing sort of relatively low-level menial manual jobs, and I just say there's nothing wrong with doing those sorts of jobs. It's just not the career trajectory I probably had in mind for myself. So I was a big fan of astronomy. I used to have a little telescope and sort of self-taught really. And it was the moon landings that really inspired me as a kid actually into the science side of things. And so it was great to be able to kind of pick up on that as a more mature individual and put dedicated work into it. And I realised that once I sort of knuckled down, I could actually understand these things. The access course I started on was back in 1983. And I think they were just finding their way, and so it was kind of take no prisoners. Things have changed now massively, rightly so too. I think there's much more time and effort spent on getting students up to speed when they haven't written essays or done any sort of academic work for years. This isn't a theoretical piece for me. I've done it. I've lived through this, and I've seen how the power of education can transform lives. We've got people who've come through different life experiences, perhaps slightly older, maybe done different things, worked or whatever it happens to be. And I think that coming together, that sort of diversity of thought and experience is really important for both sides actually. What I would say to anybody thinking of going down the Access HE route is just do it. Okay, you've got nothing to lose. Look at me, I'm a pretty good case study of what can happen for somebody with virtually no qualifications to becoming a Vice-Chancellor of a university. And it probably is unprecedented. So you can do it, don't be scared, don't be afraid. Just dive in and embrace education, and the rewards will come thick and fast.